Hello everybody, this is Mary Ann and I'm back with another video. In this video I would like to talk about the setup of my binder. Now I have made a setup video before, but there have been some small changes and I made new dividers for it, so I wanted to share that with you as well. And about this binder, I got this in September 9, 2014, that was last year. This is a rack from Deborah, who offered this binder to me because she heard me in a video saying that I'm looking for a compact size binder with 1.5-inch rings but with a snap closure, because all other Franklin cubbies that are compact sized with 1.5-inch rings had zip closures. So that made the binder bigger over here, and it was already very thick, having 1.5-inch rings. So I said in the video that I was looking for 1.5-inch rings in a compact size Franklin cubby but with a snap closure. So she offered this to me. She felt that this was not really right for her, so I said yes. I could never say no to something like that, and I have been using this binder ever since. I have never really switched out, except in July when I was sick and I was carrying a smaller bag because my back couldn't take the weight of my usual bag. So I switched back to the Filofax Savannah from Janet Carr, and that's what I was using whole of July. Not that I was actually going anywhere, because I was locked up inside my parents' house recovering from an anxiety disorder. So that's the only time that I was away from this binder. All the rest of the time I was in this binder, and I have set it up before and I've posted a setup video about it before, but I have made a few changes, so that's what I'd like to share with you guys. About the video about this binder, I'm going to post the link in the description box and also the link to the previous setup video. So now let's jump right in. So this is the binder. It's a dark salmon pink, and then it has a black strap closure, and the inside is black, and the pen loops are the same salmon pink as the cover. So you have here the card slots and secretarial pocket, and over here I just have this this page lifter. It's from Tracy. It's a swap from Tracy Reinhardt, and I have been using this ever since, and it's really functioning very well. And these are the new dividers that I have made. I created these vectors on Adobe Illustrator, and then I made the layout on Adobe InDesign. And I wanted to get the exact pink of the binder, but you know, it's never an exact thing. I took a photo of the binder cover getting the exact same pink, but it doesn't really translate very well on screen. So I was able to get some color levels, but they are not the exact same color levels. Now on screen it's a little bit too pinky, but when it's not on camera it's a little bit more yellowish, closer to this one. Maybe because this is shiny because it's laminated, so maybe that's why the color is coming off too pink in the screen, but on the to the naked eye it's a little bit more yellowish, a bit closer to this kind of pink. So that's my new divider, and I always make my tabs this way ever since last year. I make my tabs this way. I don't really have, you know, like the individual smaller tabs at the top. I have full length tabs running across the entire width of the divider, because I have already memorized the order of my sections, and when I need to go to a particular section I just do this. I just count 1, 2, 3 and then flip to the journal, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 and then flip to the daily pages. So that's basically how I do it. So that's why I need the whole tabs, because I need it to count blindly. It works for me. Now before that I was on these dividers. I made these last year, and you've seen these in the previous setup video. When I made these dividers. I wasn't really paying attention to the exact same pink, to the pink that was on the cover of the binder. So I just used the generic pink that was on the color swatches. And it's okay, even if it wasn't the exact same pink as the binder, I was able to work with it for a year. I didn't mind so much. And so these were my dividers before. And I designed them this way because I liked the 60s vibe of the binder. The pink and black is very, very Audrey Hepburn, and Audrey Hepburn is very 1960s. So I made these dividers to have kind of like a 1960s vibe. And I laminated them. And these dividers are still in very, very good condition. You know, they're scruffed up. Some of them are scruffed up in the corners, but other than that, they're still, they can still work. They can still get a lot of use. So I'm holding on to them. But for now, I have these. Let me just put these away. For now, I have these dividers. Now I have made some extra because these are the sections that I'm going to be using in the future. So I made them already because I didn't have time to make dividers as I need them. I was able to borrow a laminator, and I was able to borrow a colored laser printer, and that's why I was able to make these. But if I return the laser printer and the laminator to their owners, I won't be able to make these dividers anymore. So I went ahead and made all the other dividers that I will be needing in the future, or I think I will be needing in the future. So there's that. But now let's jump right back to the setup. First is the me section, in which I have, I've covered these up. I have like identification cards and, you know, things that I do for things that I need for identification. And over here is a flash drive. And the next section is I call this to deal with, because I put here all the things that I have to deal with. Like if I have to claim warranties, I have to get the receipt and the warranty card and then put them on the rings. And then if I have lists, I have here telephone numbers that I have to encode, people that I have to get in touch with. And I also put here blank note papers. I also have here some blank note papers from a notepad, and these are very, very good for making lists because I have very small handwriting, and these are very, very small lines or narrow lines. So I also have here, like, I don't know when I made this. This is just a pouch for carrying stuff. Over here is a magnifying lens. It's just made of plastic, and it's very, very portable for reading fine print. So I put it that way so I can easily get to it, and it's in this pouch over here. It's just an envelope that I cut up. And over here is a note that I have to archive, and over here are some more blank note papers. And over here is the journal section. This is where I journal. And over here I have some blank fountain pen friendly pages that are lined. Now, fountain pen friendly paper does not just mean no bleed through. It also has to mean that the quality of the fountain pen ink and the nib that you're using is showcased. That means that you have to have shading, you have to have sheen, you know, things like that. I'm going to be doing a video about fountain pen writing soon, but I just wanted to mention that here because this is the kind of paper that's in here. Sometimes I use a Rhodia pad and then print lines on them and then cut them down to size and then place them on here, and that will be my journal pages. And then after I have written for about a week or a few days, if that's too many pages already, I archive them. And also about my archives, I have already made a video about them, and I will post the link on the description box. And the next section is the daily section. This is something that you have seen a million times. These are my daily pages. I'm on a day on 2 pages of my own design with the tipped in weekly task list. And then I have already printed the pages for January, and you have the Hyperdex here, and over the left side is the side for tracking, and the right side is for planning. So you have that. And then the next section is a monthly section. I have here the monthly calendars. This is the monthly hormone calendar for 2015 and 2016. And I also have the pages for the monthly pages for 2016. Now I do it this way because I archive these pages every month. I have to archive this at the end of December. And I made these pages myself, and I like having enough space to write some reminders on the dates themselves. And I write very small, so this is okay with me. I don't really like fold outs because, well, for now, I don't really need them, but when I need bigger space, maybe I can spread out the layout and I can fold it out, but for now these will work. That's it for the monthly section. And now I have the finance section, which contains, you know, things that I have to settle, bills that I have to pay, some tally sheets that I am maintaining. Of course I won't show those to you. And I also have here some motivational quotes regarding finances, and then some motivational lists regarding finances, just so that if I have to look at the financial stuff that I need to deal with, there's always something that will, you know, make me feel a little bit better about my financial condition. We always need inspiration like that. And that's the finances section. And then over here, it's called Ghosts, but it's really the section for my graduate school at university, because my thesis is about ghosts in literature. So I named it that because if I name it university, that would be too, you know, kind of boring. So ghosts would be, it's a motivational word for me. Over here is my study plan, courses I want if I'm allowed to, but these are the ones that are not required, because these are the ones that are required. These are the ones that are not required and which I can take as an elective. And over here is my some matriculation forms that I have to file away. And then my academic calendar, which I printed off from the university website. And then I have books I need for a class, and I have some blank note paper that are Filofax from 2007. These came with a Filofax Savannah from Janet Carr. So I was able to use them. And then the last section is called Planet G. It's actually for my day job. I work at GSIS, but it's like a little planet on its own with like 2,000 inhabitants in its own separate building that's like isolated from the rest of the world. That's how I see it. So just for a little bit of humor, I called it Planet G. And in this, I have, you know, notes from meetings that I have to, you know, I don't really take much notes at meetings, because after the meeting, I go to my cubicle right away and then act on it right away. So I don't really need. Sometimes I take down lists of the people that I have to send emails to and the files that I have to send them. But other than that, I don't really take much notes. And the nature of my job in creatives is such that we don't really have to remember all of those administrative things. We just really have to design awesome collaterals, and I'm happy about that. And notes. And over here is the office directory. These are all local numbers. These are the local numbers, and these are the direct line numbers. And these are numbers that I don't really want to store on my phone, because most of these people are people that I don't have to talk to. But just in case I'm out of the office and I need to call them, I will have access to their direct numbers and won't have to go through the trunk line, because sometimes it's a pain to have to get through the trunk line. So that's what this is for. And over here, I just have a plastic pouch that I made. It contains my my personal notepad with my name, my title, I'm a writer, and then my contact details, email, and website. And I have here a carbon paper just so that if I need to retain a copy of the handwritten note that I sent, I can without having to photocopy it. And this is personal size, by the way, so that I can, you know, if I have to archive it, if I have to include this in my archive, it will be easy size wise. And over here you have the partner of that page lifter that's on the front, and here's a pocket that I don't really use for anything because it's kind of like it's weak in the corners, and I don't really want to destroy this binder because it's so beautiful. I plan to use it for as long as I can, forever. If I can use it forever, I'll use it forever. And over here is a slot in which I just put my business cards. I have to put in more, by the way. I just gave out a bunch of them last week. It's kind of dusty. The binder is a little bit dusty. I have to clean this. So that's it. That is my setup for this binder. And by the way, since I don't know the name of this binder, I have decided to christen her. Last year I decided to christen her Audrey, but about a few months ago Franklin Covey came up with a new line of binders, and they called them Audrey. So now I call this Queen Audrey. Queen Audrey, because she's pretty and she's very feminine, and Audrey Hepburn has always been my icon, but she's a queen because you know she really holds everything together for me. So, and these are my new dividers. They look really pinkish on screen, but off screen they're closer to this color. I don't know. So that's it. I hope you were able to get some ideas from this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye.